together. Hi, how are you? So if we took, we're going to talk about the verse. If we took a G chord, and a G chord where my pinky is on the 3rd fret of the high E, and my ring finger's on the 3rd fret of the B, and my middle finger is on the 3rd fret of the low E, and then my index finger is on the 2nd fret of the A string, like that. But what they're doing is they're actually not playing this 6th string here, the low E string. They're just gonna play it everything else but, like that. Now, this particular part, you could finger pick it or finger pluck it. What I tend to do, you don't have to do it this way, but it's kind of what they're doing. You could throw your pick away, put it in your mouth, that kind of thing. What I do is I usually just, if I have my pick like this, I just tuck it under my index finger and then I use everything else. So we're going to go, your thumb's going to be on this A string, the 2nd fret, and then I'm using my middle ring and pinky to kind of pluck the G, B, and high E string. So we're going to go, but you can strum it. It's still going to sound good, don't worry. So we go, so that's the first thing. Da-da. Then my middle finger is going to go to the 3rd fret of the A string, and then my index finger goes to the 2nd fret of the D string, and now I'm going to pluck those. So it's... And then I hit the famous D chord that you will see in a billion, quadrillion songs. So we got... And that's the verse. So it's like, I still kind of think of that first chord as a G, but it's really not. It's got a B. It's kind of like a, G over B is what you'd call it. So it goes... So as I look at the chords for the rest of the song, these are really the only chords that make up the entire song, except for one E minor chord, which is the first chord I teach people. So we're in good shape. So far we've learned the verse. Then we go right to the chorus, and we're going to play this special C chord that I was talking about earlier. It's called a C add 9. It's basically, pinky on the high E 3rd fret, ring finger on the 3rd fret of the B, middle finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, which is the root of the chord, and then index finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. So it's a C add 9, and we're going to go... So I'm just going to go like this, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up. And, you can pick lots of different rhythms. I like to keep these rhythms simple just to get you going, but it doesn't mean you can't embellish or come up, with your own little tricks and embellishing and, fancier things. So we got down, up on the C. Then same thing on G. So we just move these 2 fingers up, same thing. And then that same thing on D, but 2 times on D. Like that. So here's the verse. It does it a bunch of times. Then we go to the chorus, which is going to start with the C. And then the next time on that chorus, instead of holding D for 2 rhythm patterns, it goes D, 1 rhythm pattern, then E minor for the 2nd rhythm pattern. That sounds like this. C to G, D, E minor. It's going to do that again. Then one more time, no E minor this time. So, okay, so on that last one, it doesn't do the E minor. It just stays on D because it rings out so she can say her little stuff, and then it goes back to the verse again. So here's the whole chorus. C, G, D, D, C, G, D, E minor. C, G, D, E minor. C, G, D. That's it. Okay, so now let me talk about the bridge. It's pretty much all the same chords. So it goes like this. It kind of breaks down, you know, it gets real sensitive. We're going to do a G chord. We're going to go down, down, up, down, up. Down, down, up, down, up. Then we go to a D chord. Same thing. But if we can wrap our thumb around the second fret of the low E string, that's a better, you know, it sounds more like the original. So you got... And then the C add 9 chord for 2 rhythm patterns. Does the same thing again. You know, it's got a nice sound to it. Then it changes it up just a little bit. Nothing hard, same chords. I'll show it to you. All right, so the last little part of it is that D with the F sharp in the bass, that thumb, to G, and then C add 9. And it just holds on C longer, you know, into the I hope you know. You know, that's it. Those are all the parts. So real quick, the verse sounds like that. The chorus is the C, G, D, D. Then C, G, D, E minor. Does that, you know, a bunch of times, and at the end, instead of the E minor, it's just back to a normal D. So those are the two main parts, and then the bridge